Okay, everybody, this is Chef Velander Hendricks again. Today I did yogurt. And the yogurt takes about 2 days to do it, 2 whole days. Because you got it's almost like a 10-hour period. You gotta prepare it and everything in 10 hours, and then you gotta let it separate the whey from the actual yogurt, which takes about maybe 8 to 10 hours too. Depends on how much time you want to put into it. You let it go even longer, you can actually make cheese. But go on to the YouTube channels and pick up some of the recipes. There's quite a bunch of them. But I thought I'd try it. I got this Instant Pot, and it took me forever to realize what to do with this daggone thing. And I found out in one of the videos, you put it right there. And that's where it goes. And then this right here, I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to see if I can get it up on there. But this is the yogurt. This particular yogurt I made has a probiotic Greek plain yogurt with a little bit of vanilla. That's basically it. And you can add stuff to it still if you want to, fruits and all that junk. You can add sugar to it too if you felt like it, but I didn't want no sugar. And it came out real well. I was surprised. I mean, this is my first attempt of making yogurt, and I was surprised. I impressed myself. This is a real tasty yogurt too. It tastes really, really good. And so that I basically made it like that. I had like this is come on walk out the picture here, but I had a made one. Let me see if I can get this out of the refrigerator. I got this staging thing here. Now I tried the one with cheesecloth. And cheesecloth, I like how it filtered. So I got a bunch of, restaurant-sized coffee filters. I put like 5 of them, kind of alternate them a little bit. And then I'm separating the last bit of this yogurt right here to separate the whey from it. And I got basically a colander. And then in the bottom here is, I don't know if you can see, that's the whey. That's the way the whey's supposed to look, clear like that. If it got white stuff in, that means you didn't separate it too well. But it's separating real good with the coffee filters. But it takes a bunch of hours to separate it. But once it's separated, the more you let it separate, the thicker it gets. And then it's actually, you can make cheese if you let it separate for like a couple of days. It becomes cheese. And then I don't know about cottage cheese, but I think cottage cheese, you got to add a little bit of vinegar or something in it to make it into cottage cheese. But I don't want no cottage cheese. And it takes a 2-day period. So you got to have a whole lot of patience when you make this particular yogurt. It's very tasty. It's a probiotic Greek, I guess, Greek plain yogurt. I guess that's the word. Probiotic Greek plain yogurt. It's a combination of, it's very hard to find it at the store. It's already like that. I made my own. I combined them myself, and then I made it from some of the store-bought yogurt. What you do is you take it like a half a cup of that yogurt, and you put it to the side, of course, and then you take a gallon of milk, you put it in this container in your Instant Pot right here, and you put it all in there. Then you come over here. Like some of these Instant Pots got the thing that say yogurt, which is good, but it took me a little while, a little bit of research. It's a thing called SOUSVIDE. I cannot pronounce it. I think I'm gonna mess it up if I do. I'm thinking it's Suvive or something, but it's SOUSVIDE. You press this button, and then you set your time. I just want to get it at 185, so I come over to where it says temperature, and I bring it to 185. But actually, you can go to 175. You don't need to be at 185. And I'm going to 175. Oops, go back up a little bit there. And then I'm going to set it for about maybe 2 hours. Let's get it to go down. There we go. Get it to go down here. I'm going to set it for about 2 hours, because all you want to do is get it to 175. Once it's at 175, you're going to stop the process, and then you're going to let it cool a little bit, and then you want it to get down. See how if I don't put it in effect, what it does, it erases it. Okay, then put it back, and let's go back down to 175. One more, and then bring this down. I figure about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. Maybe an hour and a half. And I hit start button on it because I don't want it to disappear. Let her do it. Okay, now it's on. It's on the on process. You don't need a lid on there at this particular time. But if you do, you can put any lid on this thing. Any lid that is in your kitchen that'll fit the top of this thing. I got several lids. I think it said I had one with it when I got the thing, but I don't know what it is. I must have misplaced it. But basically, I put this particular lid on there. It fits real snugly around the whole thing. It also keeps it from getting a hard film on top of it too. So a lid is very important to keep that hard film off. So put a good lid on there. Let it get going. Now once it get up to 175, all the times and everything come in there because it's regulated. So once you get to 175, turn it off, and then let it cool down to 110 or 115. Now I got a candy thermometer, or you can call it a frying thermometer. It's got little numbers on there. I don't know if you can see those numbers. I hope you can see it. I don't know what's going on in that camera because it's hard taking a photograph and you can't do things. But basically you attach it to the side of this thing. You attach it. Like, let me see if I can get in here and do it. But you basically attach it like that. It's like a candy thermometer, you know? And then you get your temperature right here. You control your temperature. Look at your temperature. Give you the idea what your temperature is. Temperature is very important in this. So then you already see it's at 175. So now you're going to leave it there. Let it cool off. Now, as it cools off, it's going to make a film. Take like a spoon, anything, and just kind of like gently go around the top and let it gather on the spoon. It'd be act like a little magnet. And then you pick it up, put it in another container. I found that let me see if I can find something here. I found that I get like a little bowl. I be eating a whole lot of sherbet too, by the way. So I save my sherbet bowls, and I put it in here. Take the film off, put it in there. Put the thing to the side, because you might have to use it again. Then you wait for the temperature to go down to like at least 110 or something. And then when you get to 110, you get your half a cup measure, which I got up here. You get your half a cup measure, and you get like a half a cup of your yogurt mixture that you already got. Like if you got the 2 yogurts and you mix them together, then you take a half a cup of that 2 mix of the yogurts, the type that you like I did. I did a probiotic and I did a Greek. I put those 2 together and I mixed them, and then I take a half a cup of that, just a half a cup. Now if you want to do 3/4 of a cup, it won't make no difference. So it ain't got to be precise, but it just got to at least be a half a cup. And then you dump it into a 4-cup larger container. You put it into here. You know, scrape it out real good, and then get another cup or something, and just get about a cup of the liquid from the mixture that's 110, and then pour it into here, and then have yourself a nice whisk. You know, it don't matter what size your whisk is. It could be a small whisk or a big whisk, and you mix it up like that. Then you pour it into here, scrape it like that. And if you want to get all of it out of there, you get a thing called a spatula. I got this from Pampered Chef too, by the way. I like the way they make these spatulas. And that way you can clean everything up real good and get every little bit of it real nice. And then you put that to the side. Now you get your whisk again. Now you stir. You stir. Okay. Now you got that going. You got everything to cool down. Now you want to set it again. You want to hit the same button again. First of all, you hit the red button right here. It's called stop it. And I got to hold on to this thing while I do it. Hope I don't burn myself. Okay, there we go. And then this right here, the SOUSVIDE it's your yogurt button. Also, you can slow cook with this thing, but man, I tell you, you need to really slow cook this thing for like 24 hours or something, because it takes a long. It's a really slow cook, so you won't really use that too much probably, but it's good for making yogurt. So you push that button again. Now this time you set the temperature to where it is 95. See if I can get it to go down there. I'm setting it to 95 degrees. Bringing it down. Got to be at 95. I'm taking my time here. Just got to wait for this thing. Well, it shows slow. Well, I guess you got to do it that way. Now you get to where it says 95. Then you want to add 9. You can add 9 to 10 hours. Your choice. Whichever one you want. I'm going to set mine for 10 hours. I like 10 hours. So it's 10 hours at 95, and then I hit start. And then once I get start going, I take this, get it out of the way somewhere safely, and then I put this lid on it like here, like that. That lid, you know. I don't put that lid on there, but if you want to, you can. But I just put this lid on there, because it'll work without the lid. The lid ain't got nothing to do with it working. And then I just cover that like that for 10 hours. Now, also at the same time, I got a thing called a timer, which is, I always talk about, it's good as a baker to have one of these things where you can program the timer for any length of time that you want, and then that way you can set it and forget about it, like the man said on the commercial. Set it and forget about it. And you set it for the time you want, then you hit your start button, and then you let it go for the period of time it's supposed to go. Right now I got it set for this other yogurt that I brought out to you, because I wanted to sit and separate the whey from it. And when it separates, you want that whey to be as clear as possible. If it's got white or something in it, that means it didn't separate good enough. You still got yogurt in there, so you got to find something that'll filter it a little bit more finer. I found restaurant coffee filters were the best. You overlay them, like 5 of them. You overlay them where they cover the holes, and then you put it in there, and then it's a process of time. You gotta let the whey separate. The longer you let it separate, the thicker it gets. And then if you let it separate for a day, and inside the refrigerator, of course, in the refrigerator, it gets thicker and thicker and thicker. Then it turns into what you call a cream cheese, and you can make cheesecakes out of it if you want to. And believe me, it's really good when you make it yourself, especially with the cost of everything going up, 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 up. And then some of these things you can make yourself and save yourself a lot of money and eat good like the king or queen that you are. I mean, live like royalty, okay? These things I'm talking about is expensive things if you go to some other source to get it. But when you make it yourself, the cost is under control right away. So basically, I made the yogurt earlier because it takes 2 days. And this is the end result of that yogurt. I don't know if you can see that, but you see how shaky, how firm it is right there? That's yogurt. Now 1 gallon supposedly supposed to make a ½ a gallon. That's the way when it separates, it becomes a little thicker. So basically the ingredients is 1 gallon milk, ½ a cup of yogurt. That's your start. That's your starter. And then a little bit of the mixture of the milk that's at 110 or 100 degrees. Put it inside the 4-cup measuring cup. Put both of them in the same cup. Whisk it good together. And then put it in there. And then you can use your, like I said, where I put it? Jeez, I lost it just that quick. Okay. Oh, I got it in my hand. Man, I like putting your glasses on your head. You forget they're on your head. Okay, but basically, you can clean it out real good, get all your good mixture started that you got, and you mix it up with your whisk. And then also, I make my own vanilla extract. I make it like 2 gallons or a gallon at a time. And there's all my junk out in my cabinet. Got a lot of it. But this is a vanilla extract. I just saved this bottle because it was a nice size bottle. It's my own mixture. I put the date and everything on there. I make it myself, my own vanilla. And it's very tasty too. And I put like two teaspoons in there. Now this particular mix, I put 2 teaspoons in there, but I think I can use a little bit more vanilla in there. So I'm gonna say put at least a tablespoon in here, 1 tablespoon in that 1 gallon, so you can get that vanilla flavor if you like vanilla. Because the 2 teaspoons, you can taste it a little bit, but you don't taste it as good as that I want it to be. So next time I'm gonna make it, I make it with a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now I make my own vanilla extract, because vanilla extract prices be off the board sometimes too. So when I make my vanilla extract, it might cost me like maybe $20, but I make 2 gallons of it. You know, $20 for 2 gallons. You break it down, that's pretty cheap. You're making it yourself. But you go to the store, you might spend $6 or $7 or $8 or $9 for just a little bit of vanilla extract. I'm talking about pure vanilla extract now. I ain't talking about no imitation. I make pure vanilla extract when I make it, and I use for all my baking. Especially when you're a chef, a pastry chef, you got to make your own extracts. You got to have some kind of idea how to make them. If you can find a reliable source that's the price is okay, then you go ahead and go that route. But if the prices, you're a little bit mad at the prices like they are right now, you say, okay, let me make this myself. And then you find out you can make a lot of things yourself and save yourself a lot of money and eat very, very good. So that's basically it. I can't say any more. I'm gonna put all this stuff away that's in my hand. But don't forget measuring cup, whisk, the actual Instapot. Now it's set at 95 degrees for 10 hours. And then remember, the Instapot lid goes right there like that. Okay? Remember that. Now, if you take it off of this container, it'd be a lot of moisture on the inside of this. A lot of moisture, a lot of steam, water. So you can't, if it's wet, you can't do that because you're just gonna make a wet mess on the bottom. All you can do is set it to the side somewhere on top of a plate or something, big enough plate where you can just put it on like that, and the water, don't make a mess all over the place. But while it's dry, you can put it right there. Or you can just put it on a shelf someplace, whichever one is easier for you. So basically, that's how I made my yogurt. I hope all the information I gave you you processed it some kind of way. Give me some comments of something, and I hope it's positive comments, and I hope I help somebody that want to do this for themselves. And that is it.